guys, welcome to the podcast. One Piece, good, all that stuff. Hey, how did Powerline perfectly mimic the choreography for the perfect cast if he had just seen it in that moment? If you're not familiar, the Goofy movie, the pop star Powerline, copies Goofy's perfect cast movements literally perfectly, and it's assumedly the first time he had ever seen it. And my question is how?
Because
the thing is, go ahead, please.
That is his quirk. He can see something and perfectly mimic it.
No, he has the Sharingan. He's the copy ninja. There you go.
Can the Sharingan do just whatever? Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a MacGuffin.
It can just...
It started as just...
do everything.
It started as just cool, like, oh, your senses get heightened, and you can, like, copy people's movements and, like, keep track of them. And then it turned into, hey, kid, do you want a Gundam? And
No, I'm sorry. What? The Sharingan gives you a Gundam?
It's made of fire, but yeah.
What is Naruto?
Yeah. So there's a part where Sasuke, like, gets his brother's eyes, and there's rules to the eyes now. So it's like, if you have somebody's eyes, okay, your eyes, if you unlock the Sharingan in your own eyes, you're fucked. You're gonna go blind if you use them a lot. But if you steal another person's eyes, that's like a loophole in the eye thing, and you just get all the powers with none of the negative effects.
It's free eye real estate.
It's free eye
free
estate.
eye real estate.
Real eye state.
Yeah, that's how you, it's how you cure glaucoma, whatever.
Steal someone's eyes.
Yeah,
And then you
actually,
get
I
a
was
Gundam.
talking too much about that last episode.
Yeah, oh, true. Yeah, we actually had, like, the glaucoma cast last episode. It was good. Hey, let me propose here and now my rewrite, or my headcanon rewrite to the Goofy movie to make... this rewrite exists in my head rent-free just to make that part at the end where Powerline does the perfect cast without ever having seen it before make sense. Is everybody ready for this?
I've heard this before. I'm still not ready, no.
I'm prepared, I think.
Okay. So here is the rewrite. Goofy and Powerline are Powerline is Goofy's brother-in-law, and Powerline's sister is Goofy's wife and Max's mom. And they always used to go fishing and stuff, and they would always go fishing as a family. And then, like, I don't know how to explain this part. I thought about it. It'll be like a car crash or something, and Goofy, like, blames himself for killing Powerline's sister and his wife and the mother of his child. And so, like, he just gets estranged from Powerline, and Powerline, like, feels bad and pours all of his energy into his Michael Jackson pop music. And that is the reason that when he is told about the Powerline concert at the start of the movie, Goofy's like, no, we're gonna go fishing, because that's what we used to do as a family.
Oh.
The whole movie proceeds as normal.
I couldn't save your uncle.
And then when they get to the end, Goofy lands on stage and Powerline and him, like, make eye contact. And then that's when Max yells, "Dad, do the perfect cast." And when he starts doing it, Powerline realizes, like, man, like, this is family. And then he starts doing it. And at no point do they ever reveal to Max that Powerline is related to him.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Which would have just solved Max's whole issue, because his whole issue was like, yeah, I'm going to the Powerline concert because I'm cool. But, like, if Goofy had just told him that he's related to Powerline, then that would have completely just gone around the whole plot. And, you know, Max could have just been like, he could have pulled the, yeah, my uncle works at Nintendo. And instead be like, yeah, Nintendo. My uncle works at Powerline. He is Powerline. Like, what's cooler than that? Nothing.
That's true. And
I mean,
that
wouldn't
is,
your
that
dad
is my
be
rewrite of the
Powerline
Goofy
be cooler
movie.
than that?
Okay, true.
Now, given that this is a One Piece podcast, I really thought you were going to say that maybe Goofy and Powerline were both drawings created by Kondra's magic, so they have the same memory of the perfect cast.
Oh, shit.
Kondra is Walt Disney
It's
confirmed.
all a hive mind.
Conjuro, if if any panels come up in the newer chapters and I see Kanjuro do any movement that looks like the perfect cast, I'm going to lose my mind.
We cannot live in a society like that, because that would be one step closer to just Kanjuro being Walt Disney.
Oh my god. Jesus. Kanjuro being Walt Disney is,
Who would want to go to Conjuro Land? Wrong answers only.
Well, wrong answers only. Kinemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this before
Kinemon,
or after they know that he's
might
an
go.
asshole? Like, height of Walt Disney's popularity and Disneyland being a big success, lots of people wanted to go. Nowadays, when they know that maybe Disney is a little shady and the lines are super long, we're all like, I don't think so. Which phase of Conjuro Land are we in here?
I think we would be in the second phase currently, but I would like to think that Kinemon would try his hardest to get through security with his swords and be like, I just want to talk. I just want to talk to him.
Come on, bro. What is this? The Meiji Revolution? Like, come on, like taking away my swords?
This is horseshit.
This isn't a sword, it's a microphone.
Yes. I just want to talk. It's a microphone. I just want to talk.
Yeah, come on, dude. If you think about it, if you shift away from it being Conjuro Land and instead it being because, like, you know, it's not Walt Land. Walt's his first name. Conjuro's his first name. So instead it'd be the Kurozumi?
Kurozumi Land?
The Kurozumi Land. And that would also include Orochi. So if you think about it that way, Wano currently is already Kurozumi Land.
Okay, so which of the Toby Ropa is out here singing It's a Small World?
Who is singing It's a Small World and who is singing Circus Afro from the Madagascar?
Ulti is singing, but it's terribly off key, but she headbutts anyone who disagrees with her.
10 out of 10. Can we agree Ulti is just the best Toby Ropa?
I mean,
like, she's so annoying and I hate her, but I love her.
Without a doubt. She sticks to her guns. Love her.
I love her. I love her and Page One's dynamic. I really do enjoy Black Maria.
Yes,
whether that's for nefarious reasons or for she's just sick as hell reasons.
Listen,
9 minutes into the podcast, John makes it horny again. Let the record state.
Listen, I don't want to say...
I alluded to the horny...
I don't want to say the big double M phrase again, but, you know, Black Maria, she's a large lady, big lady, 10 out of 10.
Hey, you know what? Actually, fuck that. Fuck whatever you were gonna say. Actually, I have enlightened. Does Spider Silk come out of there?
Hey guys, welcome to the Paramecia Fancast. We're the One Piece Fancast, where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have different One Piece related discussions every single week. My name is John, and I want out of here.
My name is Franz, and I need an answer.
My name is Kat from the King of the What Now podcast, and yes, it does.
My name is Joel, also from King of the What Now, and I'm gonna need some therapy after this.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast and also cursing our podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we do that enough as is. We don't need help for that.
Yeah.
We need witnesses.
Yeah, actually, we need you to, like, pacify our podcast. Is that the right word? We need you to, like, make it, like, cleanse it,
even
exercise
it out. Now, I don't know if you usually give your listeners a peek behind the curtains. We had a wonderful discussion before this episode started, and I think I realized both of our teams are stupid, but combined, it's exponential. It's like the Dragon Ball Z fusion of just wacky ideas.
We have an ongoing joke in my family that nobody can get into a room with my sister without going just absolutely chaos gremlin, like losing their entire shit. And especially me, like, my sister and I get exponentially louder the closer we are to one another. And I feel like you two have the same dynamic with the two of us, and I appreciate that.
Yes, we are here for it. We're here for that energy.
We're here to raise absolute fucking hell.
Oh, God.
You are here to look at our balls.
Oh, no!
No.
Well, this is kind of a weird, perfect lead-in because we had said something pre-recording that I wanted to talk about because I just think it's funny. Okay, so before the look at my balls, we were just talking about when we were in high school, and for some reason, one of the jokes in marching band was we would just tell people to look at our balls. We wouldn't like show them. We would just it was just
Most people wouldn't.
yeah, it was just like a sentence ender, like hey man, that's cool. Hey, look at my balls. Like and that was like a got him. Like, dude, you're so gullible, you fool. Got him. But. There is another thing that this whole conversation made me think of pre-recording that I knew I had to bring up on the podcast, because me and Franz have definitely talked about it with our friend Billy. And it all goes back to a friend of ours from high school named Jose, and a little Facebook group we had called You Laugh, You Lose, where we would post funny pictures and just, we would just share stupid memes there. That's all it was. But one day, Jose made a bold claim and a bold promise, and he said, and I think, and I quote, "Mark my words, for when the day will come when this group sees the greatest post of all time." And literally, just like Gold Roger starting the Great Pirate Era, like all of the ships just, fuck, what is it? What's the greatest post of all time? Like, what could it be? Years.
We would try to recreate what we thought the greatest post would be,
and he would be like, "No," or like, "You're kind of close, but no." And oh, it was pure insanity until finally one day after it had been years afterwards, and I was just hanging with Jose, and he was just like, I'm gonna keep up the joke forever, but somebody needs to know. And I was like, oh shit, is it happening? And he was like, the greatest post of all time was just gonna be, I was gonna photocopy my balls and just post it on the group. And that was it. But the mystique and the lore surrounding the greatest post of all time got too unyieldly for any one man to wield. And so it just became myth at that point. The greatest post of all time is coming, and it was never gonna come. And all of this leads to when Roger sees the One Piece and just laughed. We all, in our group of friends, were like, that's it. The One Piece is the greatest post of all time. And Roger just saw a photocopy of Joy Boy's balls and is just dying. Oh, Joy Boy, I owe you a drink, you bastard.
Every time someone says Joy Boy, it takes me a moment to go, that's a character actually in One Piece, not just the YouTube person.
Oh, yeah. Joy Boy Theories. Oh, my God. It's, oh, man. If Joy Boy Theories posted the greatest post of all time, I would be scared. But if Joy Boy, the fictional character, does it, then it's funny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A YouTuber posting a scan of their balls online is a scandal, but a character doing it is like, haha, look at him go.
Look at his balls. It's funny. It's quirky.
I mean, that's how it used to be way back in my day. Manga used to show kids balls. Back in my day, I used to be able to look at Goku's balls and love it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, there was something about being the mid 2000s, reading old Dragon Ball or just old manga in general and being like, why is there titty and balls?
The Booba is out.
The Booba.
Have you guys seen that 6-year-old's poem about the tiger being out?
No.
What?
Yeah, there's a poem that's the
please.
tiger is out. He's out of his cage. Free! Or something like that. I was just imagining that with the Booba. The Booba is out!
The booba is
The booba
out.
is
The booba
free.
is free.
The booba cannot be contained anymore.
Honestly, I think that's what...
Containment breach. The booba is out.
That's the reaction if Boa
SCP.
Hancock ever opens an OnlyFans. The booba is out, it is free, nothing can stop the rampage.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
The booba.
Oh.
Luffy is canonically, I think, the only person to see the booba of Boa Hancock.
And live to tell the tale.
And live to tell the tale. And he owned her as well. He was just like, "What? Why are you naked? Where's my food?"
Who even cares about those? Put them away. I can't eat that.
Yeah.
That's not
Luffy, how
food.
naive he is.
Luffy told Hancock that she is not big mommy milkers.
In a couple episodes, am gonna meet a guy in a prison who's Cool Ranch Blue. He's got some big old mommy milkers.
And I want him to sail the world with me.
Okay, listen.
You...
We were talking about balls, right? And now you've brought up Jinbei again, and I had a cursed thought about Jinbei before the podcast that I have to ask now. Is Jinbei just freeballing it under there?
He's
Without a
gotta
doubt,
be,
yes.
without a doubt.
Like, he's a fishman. Why would a
Like-
fishman wear underpants?
Historical precedence, yes. So is Kinemon, so is everyone else.
10
Okay,
out of 10.
listen.
Absolutely freeballing it.
The fish people do not wear underpants. That is part of their culture. And to try to force them to wear underpants, that's cultural appropriation. That is erasing their history, their proud history.
Their proud history as noble fishmen.
If you think about it, mermaids have no apparent need for underwear. You know, that's... You know, they're out there loud and proud if you think about
What is
it.
Shirahoshi, but just permanently freeballing? Think about it.
Exactly.
The
Therefore, the fishmen also freeballing.
Absolutely. The most immersion-breaking part of Monster Musume for me was the fact that the mermaid wore, like, stick-on panties.
Yeah, that is...
No.
Yeah.
No way. Hold on. Incognito.
No,
Listen, because
Franz,
I think what they needed
the-
to imply is that she was close enough to her human relatives that lovemaking could occur. And so they had to put the panties on in order to obscure. Or maybe she had trauma and she needed to fit in with the other humans around her. You know, this is what helped her feel like a real girl, was covering up the snake
Was wearing
hearts.
stick-on panties because she didn't have hips to hold him up.
Mhm.
yeah.
But does the snake have... No, the snake wears a skirt, right?
Yeah, but I think she wears the same, like, stick-on panties as well.
Am I the only
Yeah.
one who hasn't read this, you degenerate fucks?
I didn't read it, I watched it.
Okay, am I the only one who hasn't
Yeah,
experienced
I
Monster
didn't read it.
Musume?
I watched it.
Viewers,
John has a story, though.
Viewers, Paramecia lore monkeys, and all of the people on Discord know my experience with Monster Musume, and reading it every week on a website where you get
Viruses?
dojins, yeah, and you get viruses. Because I thought that it was gonna be like "Ayo, Booba," and I read it they would upload the chapters translated every week, and I read every week, disappointed, thinking, all right, maybe next week the Booba, maybe we're getting the Booba next week, but the Booba never came.
You know, I gotta, if we're
And neither did you.
Oh!
Look at my balls.
I was about to say, if we're just confessing, I too was once a horny teenager who read, oh gosh, what was it? Help me out here. What's the one with the girl with the hair and the alien Lala and Lulu and Momo?
Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking about. We did a podcast.
Yeah, To
episode
Love
on
Ru.
it.
I watched To
Wait.
Love Ru. I read the manga and I was like, this is gonna get
Oh.
explicit at some point, and it never did. And eventually, I just stopped reading because I was like, I'm too old to be turned on by like these teenage hijinks. This is kind of weird.
I see. When I was in high school, there was the one where, I feel like it would have been perfect for like the I almost said political climate, the horny climate today, where I think it's like Sekiron to Quasar or
Sekirei.
something. Yeah. Something like that, where, like, you drink the booby milk, you get powers, right?
Okay, so that's different than
Was-
So Kat is aware that as a horny teenager, I watched a show called Sekirei, which I've been told gets even more horny in the manga, but I don't think we're talking about the same show.
Yeah, the face I made when you said drink the booby milk, get
we-
powers.
Okay, no, it is not. It is not what I'm talking about. It is not that. But the title is something along those lines. It sounds like that. But wait, hold on. I'm so glad I'm incognito mode, but this website seems like it might. The Quasar of Stigmata. Wait, no, is that how it's called in fucking English? Wait, hold on.
Now
No.
I'm Googling
Wait.
it.
I love how this,
Because
as
I
a
don't-
purely audio format, none of us can see what Franz is doing, so we're just like, I don't know, is he clicking on something, or are they clicking on something, or are they, who knows?
Quasar of Stigmata. The series is notable for its violence, fan service, and the use of special breast milk, parentheses, referred to as
See?
soma, close parentheses, as a central plot device.
That's what it is. The main character drinketh the booby milk and getteth the power.
Oh.
Okay.
I need to beat the bad guy. Give me the booba.
Imagine how the military-industrial complex would evolve in a world where there's readily available superpowers, but only from the booba.
Imagine
Oh my
how
God.
valued
A
women
Cold
would
War
be. Like, you could
based
set
on
your
mommy
price.
milkers.
See, and now I want to bring up, imagine a Hideki Kojima game about titty milk changing the war landscape.
He would do it.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Or wait, did I say
Who's-
Hideki Kojima? I think I
you did say it.
Fuck.
You meant Hideo.
Hideo Kojima.
But, I mean, that's
Hideki
literally
Kamiya
like...
from Platinum Games. Imagine a game about booba power-ups, but made by Platinum Games. It still works.
Directed by Hideo
Yeah.
Kojima. I'm not gonna lie, like, the fact that Death Stranding involved so much, like, human excrement of any kind, like, we're literally just a step and a half away from, like, booba milk Cold
Mhm.
War.
Mhm.
The Booba Milk Cold War.
The booba milk arms race.
It has to be the booba milk hot war, because you don't want to drink that stuff cold.
The Booba
Oh
Milk
god,
Hot War.
please get me off this ride. What are we
This,
doing?
This is cursed. Okay. This is cursed. Let me attempt to bring us back on track. One Piece.
Yes, that's
Pretty
a
good show,
manga.
right?
I like it.
Yeah, One Piece pretty good, right? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, anyways, yeah,
Back
we
to
met
the-
our quota. Back to Booba.
Kaido, his fat titties.
Oh, no. Oh, Jinbei's fat titties.
If
Everybody.
Kaido ever freeballed it, entire civilizations would crumble. Buildings would collapse beneath.
I mean, if you think about it, zone fruit users always, like, because there's the added caveat of, like, the clothes change too, because
Oda said so.
why not?
Yeah.
Because of Hulk
Yeah.
rules.
Hulk rules, yeah, exactly. But that also means that in zone form, because the clothes disappear, evaporate, or whatever, every zone fruit user freeballs, except for Chopper.
Yeah, because his pants are still on when he transforms. Like, you can see them.
Well, no,
Because
because
he's respectful.
because he's Chopper drinks his
He's a good
respect
boy.
women chocolate milk juice.
Yeah.
No, Chopper has human balls, so it would be obscene if there was, if there was
Because
wrong-
he ate the human fruit,
Right.
and balls are integral to the human experience.
Right, like if you ate the cheetah fruit, if you're Rob Lucci, nobody cares. Those are cat balls. Everyone has a pet
No, okay,
cat.
people do care because Rob Lucci is hot, and I know members of our community very much care. But you do make a good point. Human balls are different from cat balls.
Why has Paramecia
was that the
Fancast
point
never
that
done
Joel
a hot
was
or
making?
not
I'm not so
edition
sure.
of all 800 episodes?
Does Rob Lucci have a barbed cat penis?
Why?
Well, okay.
I'm sorry, you can edit that out if that's too far.
Kat is
it's
doing some
not-
research for a fan fiction, and she just needs to know what the community consensus is.
Yeah, Kat, I understand that you need this answer, and I don't know.
Does Rob Lucci ever go full cheetah?
I think he does
yeah.
for like a second at one point, but not often.
Also, I'm pretty sure he's a fucking jaguar, you assholes.
Listen, if you are a Rob Lucci stan and you have answers about that,
Please get at Kat.
Please-
you can at me.
Just imagine being a Chiro Oda, world famous mangaka, and you're reading fan letters, and you open one and you just go, "Nani the fuck?" It's just, does Rob Lucci have a corkscrew penis?
He's not
Very
a dumb
important.
man.
That's
No,
it.
it's
That's
no.
it. I am
Hard.
canceling the podcast.
Corkscrew penises
Or,
are
canceling the manga.
ducks.
I'm sorry.
And 3-hour orgasms are pigs.
Ah,
Is there a pig devil fruit? Not for that.
I don't.
But-
Not for horny purposes.
Not that we've seen so far, but I wonder if there was, if it would be included under some other category. Like the giraffe fruit was a model of the horse fruit, wasn't it? Or the cow fruit?
Yeah.
true.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like the ushi or whatever. The cow
Was-
or the ox or something like that.
The giraffe fruit was?
Yeah. It was ushi model giraffe or something like that. It's the same thing as like, all the dinosaur fruits are like dragon fruit model.
Mhm.
Ancient.
Model.
Whatever.
Oh my
fucking
God,
sick
yeah.
dinosaur.
What the fuck? But no, wait, aren't giraffes closer to horses?
They are, yeah.
Yeah, look, has Oda been to a zoo? Next topic.
Depends. I think we could pinpoint exactly
When he went to the zoo.
when and which zoo based on how he draws certain animals.
Yes.
Because, like, I'm convinced he's never seen a giraffe.
Okay.
True. Yeah, true.
I mean-
the zoo he's been to has to not have it. It's impossible that the zoo he went to has a giraffe, because the two instances of giraffes we've seen have been Kaku, who is like a cube. He's a walking GameCube giraffe. And then the other giraffe is in one of the most recent chapters, and he's a genetic freak. And he doesn't look anything like a giraffe. So the jury's still out on that one.
Whatever zoo it most likely was, like, apes only. Because, like, this man, give him a gorilla orangutan, New World monkey, he's got you. That new monkey that's, like, going around on Twitter, that cute little guy, Oda can do that too. Just crush that out.
Gorillas only
Oda
just sounds
sees-
like a really discriminatory, like, hiring practice in the One Piece world. You know, like, required Zoan fruits, only gorillas need apply.
Yeah, that's kind of like shit. Do you think, like, which crew do you think is like the, like, other than Luffy's, like, do you think any of these crews are like any of these enemy pirate crews are like, you're just not what we're looking for. We're looking for gorillas. Like, would they turn someone away because they're not a gorilla?
Well,
I mean,
there's, like, fisherman pirate only, like, crews, so yeah.
well, and I mean, even among Kaido's, I mean, we know that he has a lot of smile fruit users, but if you look at just the ones that actually have natural devil fruits, King and Queen and X-Drake, they are all Zoans of the ancient dragon variety. If someone showed up and they're like, I ate the glint fruit, I can turn into light, Kaido would be like, get the fuck out. No.
I collect dinosaurs only. At my heart, I am a 6-year-old boy. When is my
Yeah.
next dinosaur-themed Power Ranger season coming out?
And he has the audacity to be a fucking fish in light of all of it.
Yeah, I have the literal power to turn into the concept of light itself. And then Kaido's just like, pointing at the wall, and it says, like, animals only. Sorry, buddy.
That's why I think the fact that Kaido is a fish man, not a fishman, but a fish
A fish
space
man.
Fish
man.
man.
I think that the fact that he ate the carp fruit, like, he's sensitive about it. That's why he surrounds himself with dragons. He's compensating.
Oh my god, yeah.
Truly compensating.
That would make sense. He feels inadequate when compared to the actual dragons.
I'm such a big tough guy. Look at me. Look at my posse. We're all dragons. Don't look at me. I'm definitely a dragon. You know.
Hey, Kaido, what fruit did you eat? Fuck you, I'm a dragon.
I'll thunder Bagua you in the head.
Yeah, who said that?
Also, really quick, Kaido. Lin, look at my balls!
Oh my god. What have we done? What have we done?
That's next chapter, Luffy to Kaido. Look at my balls.
Look at my balls before Supreme King punching him.
Okay.
That is also, hold on, that's a segue, because I know, Kat, you wanted to talk about the Supreme King hockey stuff.
Yes, I absolutely did. So, here's my confusion, and maybe this is just because Wano has been going on for too long, and they explained it, a year ago, and I've forgotten. But hockey, we've got 3 kinds, right? We've got
chocolate,
observation,
vanilla, and strawberry.
Be quiet.
Yeah.
We've got observation,
Oh my god!
armament, and emperors, right?
Yeah.
Is Supreme Kings a new one,
No,
or
it's
is that
conquerors.
just another name for conquerors?
Yeah, it was for a long time. It's been the we've all called it Conqueror's Hockey because we're used to the
I think the anime
scanlations.
The scanlations and the anime translated it like that.
Right.
Oh, does the anime really?
I think so. The subtitles on the anime, they translate it as like the color of the conquering king or something like that.
Okay, because like I know I had the same actual issue. I was like, 4th hockey, but I like looked into it like because I can like go in and like read the raws. I was like, oh, okay, no, this is the conquering king. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Quick question for you, Fran, since you can read Japanese way better than the rest of us, I think. Does Oda use a kanji for Supreme King, or does he use like a katakana type thing?
So all the hockey, they do have like a specific kanji for it. What I don't know for sure. No, I know for sure. Sometimes what'll happen, I think Boku no Hero's a good example of it. The One Piece does it a lot too, where it'll be like 4 separate kanji, and then on top of it, it'll like be like an English word.
Okay.
Or something. So like a lot of like battle manga will do that, but One Piece generally doesn't for that. So the color of the Supreme Ruler is actually a very literal translation of it, but it how do I say? It not that it's more accurate because it's literal, but it is more like it gives it more of that nuance, the gravitas to it. John, you are right. Funimation goes with Conqueror's Hockey or Conqueror's Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit used to be before, now it's Conqueror's Hockey. So anime only people are also used to it being hockey. But apparently in Viz, it's always been color of the Supreme King.
Okay. I feel like Supreme King and Conquerors give very different vibes.
I do
And I would
agree.
say Supreme
And so
King
that's
is
why
probably
I
more Luffy.
like the thing about like Conqueror specifically is like it gives it that like meaning of, oh yes, this is a ruler, this is someone who will pave the way. Like you could make the argument that like conquerors fit more the pirate aesthetic of One Piece, because conquistadors were basically pirates that just pillaged
Government-sanctioned
everything.
Pirates.
Exactly. So I think what's going on more with Oda specifying Supreme Ruler, it throws the nuance more towards like the celestial dragons, the whole like the empty throne, that kind of actual supremacy over everything.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, if you look at the major villains that, the fan favorite villains, I will say that Crocodile and Doflamingo, they strike me more as conquerors who take what they want rather than supreme kings of any kind, because if Doffy's supreme anything, it's supreme trash.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say Blackbeard. Big conquerors. I don't even know if he has Color of the Supreme King hockey.
One assumes.
It's not...
I'm on the Wikipedia page, so
it's
I
not
will scroll
confirmed.
down.
He has... We haven't seen him use it, but I think in the Vivre cards, they've confirmed that he has observation and armament.
Yeah, so far he
But
is not listed.
Yeah, specifically haven't mentioned Supreme King hockey.
Well, because we've never really seen Blackbeard even, like, really fight, you know? Like, him and
No.
Ace, he
Yeah.
went all out, but I do know in Impel Down, when Luffy smacks him the one time before Jinbei calls it quits, I think Blackbeard says something like, oh, his hockey's gotten stronger, so Blackbeard can sense in other people, which I would assume means he can use it.
Yeah.
It's very like I would be willing to bet that he does have it. But you're right, the Conquerors I feel like fits that nuance better. But I wonder if Doflamingo Crocodile does Crocodile have it? No,
I don't
think
so.
Crocodile has not been shown to have it. Doflamingo does have it.
So Doflamingo, assumedly Blackbeard, I feel like we cannot... I am not convinced that they will have the complete, like, mastery, that's the word, of the Supreme Ruler hockey, as Luffy has just obtained, and that Big Mom and Kaido have had.
Yeah.
That kind of mastery, I feel like, really bumps it and really solidifies it as like a Supreme Ruler quality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure. Zoro fans are eating extremely well after the last chapter.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's
Like,
been
Sanji-
so good.
I feel bad for Sanji fans because for the last 5 years they've been in the corner being like, Sanji is just as strong as Zoro, and no, he's just falling further and further behind.
No, Sanji has a Kamen Rider power up, so I'm good.
Yes.
He is literally a Kamen Rider, so I'm chilling right now.
That's all we need.
I
That's all
look
we
over-
needed from him.
I look over at Zoro and I'm like, I'm happy for you, dog. And then I turn around and mimic Sanji's morph animation. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Well, and he's done the kicks this whole time, so he's even got the rider kicks down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God,
All he needs is a motorcycle, which Frankie has.
Right? Oh my gosh. I will say, is Sanji a common rider, or is he the mid-season member of the Sentai team?
He's the legendary 6th Ranger.
Oh, shit.
I wanted to call him a mid-season cure, but his brothers are not a free-cure team.
Yeah.
The Vinsmoke family have never solved anything through the power of friendship. That is canon.
Yeah, I don't think any of them could be considered cures. Not even close.
Or to have the capacity for friendship.
I love Reiju, but it's implied that she literally melted soldiers into nothing with her poison on Whole Cake Island just to save her little brother. So I don't know if that's, cure or not. I'd like to say no, but
I don't know. The latest season of Healing Good had a explicit, well, not explicit, that's the wrong word, but a pretty strong kind of sexual assault survivor kind of vibe to one particular pair of characters. And at the end of the season, the guy was like, hey, the bad guys have turned on me. I need help. Can you save me? And she basically goes, I'm under no obligation to save you. die.
Yeah,
she doesn't
he-
say it like that.
Oh,
He
but
specifically is like, let me use your body to hide in so that they can't get me. And she's like, I don't have to let you use me for anything. My body is mine.
That's raw as fuck.
Right? Precure went so hard.
Cure.
Precure, hold on now.
Wow.
And that wasn't
Oh,
even
no.
the best season of like the past 5 years.
Oh, yes. See, what I want to ask
Yes.
about Precure is I had talked to you guys about it on Twitter because you had posted on your Twitter like, oh, we're going to accept questions for like the Precure, the cure of the what now. And I want live on the air that's going to be posted after this is recorded, so not live in the moment. Not for you guys listening right now, but for us. It's live for us, not you.
Exclusive
That's how
access.
podcasts work, right?
Yeah, exclusive access. Is it confirmed that the mermaid cure in the new one has committed tax fraud? Because it seems she just has tax fraud energy.
Now,
She has dodging the IRS energy.
here's the thing. In our world, when a billionaire doesn't pay taxes, you can't call that tax fraud because they can just do that. And that's how it is for her. She just doesn't have to.
Justice really is for the winners.
If the IRS showed
Doflamingo is right.
if the IRS showed up to arrest Laura and they said, you owe the government 50,000 yen or whatever is an appropriate amount for her earning bracket, she would just flip them 2 birds and then swim under the ocean. She would swim away and never be seen again.
Taxes don't exist in the sea.
We have a monarchy. I take
These are-
what I want.
These are international waters. I owe you nothing.
Oh my god.
So really
Oh,
quickly, while we're
man.
here, if you ever decide that you do want to get into Precure, we can hook you up. But probably the best season is Go Princess. And also the current season, Tropical Rouge, is very good. So those are our shout-outs for this episode.
Go Princess Precure is so good. Like we were talking about Precure going hard as heck. The fight between the main cure and the main antagonist it aired at the same time as Dragon Ball Super, and the fight animation was like heads and above, 10 times better. It was so good.
Oh my god. Yes.
I
It's
believe
excellent.
it.
There's a very fabulous
I am
man.
willing.
I don't want to. There's a very fabulous man who has like a top hat and he has kind of like a magician's look to him, and he loves wearing makeup. And there's an episode where he can't get it right because the other evil minions are basically
Bullying
teasing
him.
him about it. And he shows up to fight the princesses, and their tutor, who's teaching them to be as ladylike as possible, is like, "Hang on. We can't fight yet. He doesn't look his best." And she helps him apply the makeup and then goes, "All right, kick his ass."
Hell yeah.
All right, kick his ass. Yes. I love it.
Now that his makeup is done, you may proceed with the beatings.
That's how you teach kids respect.
That's
It is. It really is.
a lesson for all children to take away. Like, no, like, sweetie, they have to look their best. Oh, he looks his best? All right, beat his ass.
Both makeup and ass beatings are gender neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, victory means
Yes.
nothing if they weren't fully prepared. You know, that's the move right there.
Exactly. Huh. There's been a lot of things that I feel like I should be getting into. The fact that like in Japan, like I have no access to most streaming services, like at least the same libraries that everyone else I know has access to. I'm sitting here like just creating a laundry list of things I have to do. I'm kind of getting to some of them. There's like a series that I'm reading for a video essay that I'm planning, but I've been deeply distracted by Monster Hunter.
Oh, yes.
And one thing that I feel like I need to get into is the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe it's called.
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The animation on that show is absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's a shame that I think it got canceled.
Yeah, they didn't renew the contract for it.
Oh, that's a bummer. Is that the one with the Akira bike slide?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but I think
that was the previous one.
Yeah, I think that was a previous one, I believe. The Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was like, man, some of that action, again, probably just like the Princess Cure you're telling us about. Mm-hmm. The animation in that puts a lot of these action anime, like, to It's ridiculous.
Honestly, like, so before we recorded, like, I had to go to the bathroom real quick, and like the first thing I opened on Twitter was like this huge fight scene. Like, it's not really a spoiler because like in every series they always fight what's his fight, the Shredder. I almost called him Splinter, and I was like, no, that's their master.
That's the Rat.
That's the Rat. Yeah, they always have to fight Shredder. So like like I guess it was a spoiler, but it doesn't really fucking matter because the fight scene against Shredder was fucking nuts. Like, I have never seen something look so crisp and like still stylistically consistent to what it's always been. Because I feel like when certain series, when they want to become more like, oh, let's funnel all our animation into this, they will shift stylistically. One Piece is a good example. They've changed their style ever so slightly, but like Wano arc looks very different to how it was like 10 years ago.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, like, to see this series just be like, oh, we're a goofy Nickelodeon series, and still have the most bonkers fight scene I've ever seen in recent memory was excellent. Absolutely excellent.
It's amazing, too, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started out as a parody, but now it's gotten, at least in its latest iterations, way more serious storytelling and way more interesting animation. Have you all heard of, gosh, I wish I knew the name of it. There's a comic book that takes place in the future, and all of the turtles but one have been killed, and you don't know who the survivor is as he's hunting down, like, the remnants of Shredder or something like that. And he fights with all four weapons, so you have no idea, right? If he only used the nunchucks, he'd be like, oh, that's gotta be Michelangelo, but he uses all four and he's on a vengeance path. It's supposedly really good.
That's The Last Ronin?
That's the one, yep.
That sounds sick as heck.
Oh, this was published last year. This sounds really good.
I can't personally recommend it, but the Weekly Planet podcast that I listen to, they are head over heels for it.
I mean,
the concept alone, I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I heard it, I was like, of course.
Oh, man. I will say, if I can do a minor tangent, I love reading comics, like all comics, like manga, like American comics, but my one gripe with American comics, specifically like Marvel and stuff, is like, I love when they do the big events, but I also hate it because, like, they split the story between like 7 different like series, and so they have the main story. Like, the biggest one that happened recently was called the King in Black event, and it was like, the whole premise was like, oh, the Venom symbiote, like, it comes from a planet of symbiotes, and the symbiotes are all spawns of this guy named Null, who was like the like this god of darkness. And he was sealed away on some planet, and oops, the seal broke. Like, he's here, and he controls all symbiotes. And, like, it's really cool, but, like, there's a specific moment between King in Black issue 4 and 5. Like, 4 ends, and then 5 is, like, the last one. It's the start of the final, like, issue, I guess. And, like, Venom is just there again, and it's like, at the end of the 4th one, he wasn't there, and you had to read Venom's issue 30-something in order to get that part of the story, or else you'd be lost. And I'm just like,
fuck.
That's the one thing I dislike about, like, when American comics do big events. Not all of them do it all the time.
But Marvel's like really bad about it.
Yeah, but it's so annoying because it's like I just want the One Piece or like My Hero, like each week I come get a new chapter. That's the whole story. Like there's no I don't have to go to like My Hero Part 7 issue 34 to get like the next chapter,
Absolutely. I picked up, I can't remember what the run was called, but it was some like world altering event. I think it was how they got rid of the Ultimate Universe. And there were two trade paperbacks that came out, and you had to like alternate between them, which was annoying. And not only that, but spoilers, I guess, for Superior Spider-Man. But Spider-Man at the time was possessed by Doc Ock pretending to be Peter Parker. And so there was one panel of Peter Parker being a dick. And I was just like, what the hell? Spider-Man's like one of the nicest people around. What is this? And as a casual comic fan, I had no idea that something was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only when you wiki dive afterwards and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
That's the only way to really go around it. Like I too like reading Wikipedia entries, but I go to other media to not burn out on Wikipedia entries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember in high school I tried to read through like some Deadpool comics, and I just had to fucking give up because I couldn't handle it. Like, American comics, they're kind of fucking up. Also, like, it's the kind of thing. It's like, oh, I love Spider-Man. Cool, me too. Oh, don't you remember when Spider-Man did this and that? No. Do you remember when Spider-Man did this and that? Turns out these two people are talking about different fucking Spider-Men in different fucking continuities.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I get it. I get the whole thing. But, like, man, just make another character.
Yes. I'm going to get on my little soapbox. Another thing that annoys me about comics. I love the idea of superheroes, but every time I try to get into comics, there's something that throws me off enough that I'm like, all right, I'll try it again in a couple more years. They never let any of their people die. So, you read the issue where Barry Allen sacrifices himself, and you're like, oh man, that's really sad. And you think that they're going to move on to another speedster, but then they bring back Barry Allen. And eventually you get to the point where you have like 89 Flash variants. And you're like, I just want to focus on Wayne Barry Allen or Wayne Allen or something like that. But nope, you have to have all of the previous heroes. They're there and they're helping out too.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that people keep trying to do their own takes on Batman when Batman the Animated Series was like perfect Batman.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where like the especially the ones with like Mark Hamill as Joker, those really like shine a lot. Honestly, like even I would go as far as saying like this new Harley Quinn series where like it's like a little more adult. They say like fucking shit, and like I think that still hits like certain notes of like what the ideal Batman for all of us, for all of us like casual witnesses to comic books is. Yeah. But you also have like, I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't like the whole Dark Knight stuff. Like
I could see that.
I just don't really remember it too much. And like what I do remember, the only thing I really remember is like, oh, like it was cool to see Batman at his lowest and try to adapt to Bane, but
so I
don't know, man.
I was a ridiculously edgy teenager, and
we all were, but yeah,
but like ridiculous levels of edgy, like it's obscene. Whoops. Hitting my mic.
Ow, the edge kind?
Yes, exactly. Oof, ouch, the edge.
Oops, all edge.
Oops, all edge. I like that.
Good to know.
My parents like tried to get rid of everything black that I owned because they thought that I was a bad influence on my younger sister. And like I was edgy but also extremely straight edge, so I don't know what they were worried about in terms of being a bad influence. But I don't remember Batman Begins, and I don't really remember Dark Knight Rises, but The Dark Knight was my favorite movie for, like, the year it came out and the year after. I had a giant Joker poster on my wall, and I painted my bedroom walls black with, like, yellow smiley faces all over them. I wish I had pictures of this room.
This is great.
Because neither of my parents would come in it because it creeped them out. Because literally, like, every inch had, like, the two lines and then the semicircle underneath. Like, that kind of smiley face. Just everywhere.
I mean, good on your folks for just, like, letting you cook.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, you live in the basement, whatever. Paint your room however you want.
I think our child's been possessed by a demon. We'll just let it run its course. Maybe in a couple of years, it'll just, like, exercise itself out.
Yeah, hopefully this is a phase. The Batman that really stuck to me, but I feel like I should revisit because it's really just, it truly lives in my memory. I don't actually recall anything about it. But Batman Beyond was
cool.
It was, yeah.
It was an aesthetic.
Cool. Because it did the, like, one of my favorite fucking, like, story tropes is when, like, the old guard, like, the old, like, you know, the main character of the previous season or something, like, the strongest from the past are just thriving, like, just living in the present, and when the hero meets them, like, they, like Rayleigh is the perfect example. Like, when we find out Rayleigh is, like, oh yeah, I was second in command to the Pirate King, and then we see him, like, single-handedly hold off Kizaru, and it's like, oh, like, that kind of stuff is so sick. And so seeing that with Bruce Wayne to Terry, the Batman Beyond or whatever, was, like, really fucking sick.
Yes, and I love how they
honestly, yeah.
I love how they incorporated Ace the Bat Dog without it being stupid.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, he was in the movie and in the show. I think at one point he attacked the kid who was supposed to be the new Batman. And Bruce Wayne was like, "No, Ace,
in the movie Return of Joker, I definitely know that Ace was in the Batmobile with Terry, and when he opened the door, he sick? What's the past tense of sick? Okay, he stuck Ace on the kid Scarecrow or whatever his name was, and the little kid, he was running. He was like, "Oh no, it's the Bat Hound!"
Oh my god, this is coming back to me.
It's all coming back.
We're hitting you with the
my
nostalgia
favorite part
wave.
of Batman Beyond was when the guy breaks the glass ceiling and he says, now, all the oppressed groups will rise, including the most oppressed group of all, gamers. So then he flies through the ceiling.
Oh, boy.
Oh, if only that was actual true to the scene.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. There was one moment where one of you were mentioning the Batman Who, and then there was kind of like a pause. Kat and I have been censoring it on our podcast, but lately we have been doing the blank that fucks. You know, like Zeph created the ultimate soup, the soup that fucks. And so I thought you were going to say the best Batman is the Batman who fucks.
The Batman that fucks. Why did we even start saying that? Did you get that from somewhere?
I have no idea. I am but a vessel for the memes. They just flow through me, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I guess we recorded another podcast episode. Okay.
you hit record, blackout, you wake up, oh, there's a podcast. Yeah. Cool.
Hey, I like these guys.
There's a pile of something. It might be cocaine. It might be pixie stick dust. It might be laundry detergent. I don't know.
Oh dear, don't imply that we do illicit substances. The feds are always listening.
No, guys, it's cool. My personal FBI agent is pretty chill.
Oh, okay, cool.
John, France, neither of you are FBI agents, right? You legally have to tell us.
Well,
about
time for us to head out.
Well, I've
Yes.
triangulated their
Am I being
location.
detained, or am I free to go?
Closing it.
ladies and gentlemen, we finally got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, international terrors.
Now,
King of the what now? We finally caught them.
now I'm just imagining John or Fran sitting there and they're on their computer. Wait, we triangulated the location. They're inside the podcast studio and the camera zooms out. We're just right behind you guys. We've been there the whole time.
The call's coming from inside the podcast.
Calls coming from inside the podcast.
That story
yes.
terrified me so much as a kid that when I would babysit the neighbor kids, if I was there after they went to sleep, I couldn't wait for their parents downstairs. I would sit either like in their room or just outside the door, just in case there were murderers coming to take the children away.
Oh my god.
I don't blame you. Honestly, landlines are just scary.
They are!
Like, I don't know what it, like, if someone calls me to my phone, I'm just gonna ignore it. No one has any right to fucking call me. No one at all.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like we have like these mobile phones. I have my fucking cell phone, and anytime literally anyone calls me, if any number reaches me, even if it's somebody that like I know, like I think the only people I pick up for is like my immediate family. Like if it's somebody I know, sometimes I'm just like, no, stop, and I just put it down. Like don't do this. Like we don't want this.
You know how you should be acting.
I'm gonna interrupt this really quick. So I listened to the episode with Trey from the Full Spectrum podcast, and my thought was, wow, they're jumping around through a lot of different topics, but at least those were all manga, you know? We've now gone through a complicated wave of, you know...
And now we're on
topics.
to, but who was phone?
But who was phone?
But who was phone? Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because you're like, that story scared me, and all I could think about was, your dad called, sweetie, but my dad is dead. Then who was phone? Then who was phone?
Yeah, I had like a
It's
CD
just been
of,
a
scary
flashback.
stories
This
for
whole
Halloween.
thing, everything.
It has, though. But I had the CD, and I would listen to it on repeat, and the only story that actually scared me was When a Stranger Calls.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Yeah, don't call.
You know what's,
Don't call people.
You know what's worse
Don't
than
talk
people
to me.
calling you? People ringing your doorbell. If I don't know you,
Oh.
what right do you have
Can I-
to be
yeah,
knocking
can I
on
talk
my
about this?
front door? Yes, please do.
There are times when like the doorbell will ring and I will very silently walk up to the door because I don't want them to fucking hear me. I want them to think no one's home. I fooled them. I am smarter.
Yeah.
And then I look through the peephole and I literally wait for them to leave. Like it could be a mail guy, and I'm just in my head like, dude, leave the fucking package and go, dude. You don't want any of this. You don't want this heat that I'm packing. Like you don't. Just
No,
move
for
along.
real, though,
just
like,
leave
we
the
have a
package,
window
or if it's like
where I
somebody
can-
wanting to sell me something, I'm like, listen.
Oh,
We have a window where we can see who's at our door without like being visible at our front door, because our front door has ridiculously big
Okay.
windows. And so I'll just like hide up by that window. And if I don't know the
Yes.
person, I'll just wait for them to go away. Because like you said, like
Yes.
you don't want this heat I'm packing, and I don't want to talk to you. Whatever you have to say, I guarantee I don't want to hear it.
The
Like-
sniper perch. That is like my
I
dream.
wish.
I want the sniper perch. I want the lookout tower in my house to just be like, no, go away. Like,
Get out.
My folks' home, quite a bit back when my folks, they lived in like a place that had like huge windows right next to the fucking doors for some reason. And there was one day where I was alone at home, and then like, oh, ding dong, I'm like, oh fuck, who the fuck is it? And then my dog, she usually doesn't like go and bark at people, but like she just like ran off and started barking.
she blew your cover.
And I was like, what the fuck? And so like I like go over, I try to like peek, and then like the people who like rung the door were looking through the window, so they saw me peek, and I was like,
oh
fuck.
no.
and it was like I was like 16, 17 at the time, and it was like two girls my age.
Oh.
So I was like, what the fuck? And So for context, I lived in the Venn diagram area exactly between a Jehovah's Witness and a Mormon settlement.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Right between their churches. So I was like, hey, and it was like, oh, the whole spiel, like, oh, do you have a time for prayer? We're Mormons, have you met our homie God? and this
have
and
you
that.
met our homie God?
And I was like, oh, well, I'm Catholic. I was losing faith at the time, so I was kind of like edgy bothered by it. But I was like, oh yeah, like why are you kids? Kind of like that was just going through my brain, and they were like, oh well, like a lot of hip and cool people are Mormons, did you know?
Oh gosh.
Like Imagine Dragons and the violin lady who I can't remember
Lindsay
right now.
Sterling, maybe?
That one.
Is Lindsay
exactly.
Sterling Mormon? I never
Yes.
knew.
Allegedly, and I was like, oh wow, Lindsay Sterling's like, she's coming to perform next month or whatever. And then that was magic. I derailed them instantly.
Yes.
I felt kind of bad actually, because they were like, oh, but we have study that day. Like they started whispering about oh, but
Yes.
and I was like, oh no, I have been the seed to steer you away from your God.
Yes, I am the apple. I am the apple, and you are Eve.
You played the Uno reverse
I am
card. They're like, let us tell
temptation.
you about our religion. You went, no. How about you forget about your religion?
Oh man, so right after my edgy kid phase, I decided I was gonna be homeschooled, and I got really religious for a while because youth group were my only friends, and I went on
Mhm.
a volunteer kind of trip to a Christian music festival, and I was sitting there one night talking about how none of the bands were actually all that interesting to me because no shade on anyone who likes it, but I don't feel like most religious music is that great, right? And someone was like,
Yeah.
if you don't even like Christian music, why are you here? And I was like, to volunteer? Why are you here?
Look, geez, don't have to get on my balls about it.
Hey. Yeah. Hey, listen, lady. First off, one, look at my balls. Two, so you claim to like God, but you're not volunteering? Who are you?
Oh,
Three, look at my balls again.
We've come magically full circle, and I think that's a good way to end our Fun Time podcast.
We have come full circle.
Hey,
The Fun Time podcast.
I do want to say, once again, thank you for inviting us on. It's always good to go on these wacky adventures. Who knows where we're going to end up as we stroll down memory lane. I do want to say, much as we want you over on King of the What Now, where we can discuss One Piece, I think I might kidnap one or both of you for Cure of the What Now. We're not going to tell you anything about the show. You're just going to watch an episode about these weird high school girls who transform and fight lazy monsters.
If I figure out a way to get myself some pre-cure, I'd be down. Very down.
And Franz can get it straight from the tap.
I really thought you were going to say straight from the teat. You've ruined my brain.
Straight from big old Blue Ridge Dorito Mommy Milkers herself. And then you'll get superpowers.
Because that's what we've learned this episode.
I have a final thought for you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yes.
Yamato and Jinbei and Kaido. This is how they're going to beat Kaido. The three of them get into a wet t-shirt contest, and Jinbei just wipes the floor with them.
He has the home field advantage.
Because I want to believe that, Yamato... Yeah, I want to believe, Yamato would do wet t-shirt, and everyone would be like, oh my god, he's so hot. Kaido would do it, and everyone would be like, oh my god, the boobas. But then here comes Jinbei, And as soon I want to imagine literally like a Luffy like Supreme King moment, like just like shockwaves from the wet t-shirt, like oh my god, his boobas.
His boobas aren't even touching.
Wow.
Here's the thing,
Jinbei.
though.
You always paint Jinbei as like the old man who doesn't quite know what's going on, right? So imagine Nami or Robin trying to like push him into the ring. He's just like, "What are you girls doing?" And they're just like, "Come on, just get yourself wet. It'll be great."
Yeah. I imagine
Nami being like, I have
Robin,
a lot of money running on this.
Yeah, I imagine Robin like putting him, like guiding him into the thing, and he'd be like, "What's going on?" And then they like throw a sheep, uses her multiple arms to throw a shirt on him, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And then Nami uses like the rain weather to like spray him with water, and then they just
Meanwhile,
like
Sanji
win
got
free.
so distracted. Oh gosh, meanwhile Sanji got so distracted by the idea of like, there's this wet t-shirt contest happening, Robin or Nami, oh my gosh. And then he like finally turns around and it's Jinbei and he's like, oh.
I imagine like he would see Jinbei boobas, and I want to imagine that like because Jinbei is just the homie, it would be like Armstrong and the teacher's husband from Fullmetal Alchemist, like
Oh yeah.
like handshaking with like the big muscles, like yes, my friend, like.
See, I thought you were going to suggest Sanji turns around, Jinbei sitting there, body glistening, outlined in the t-shirt, and Sanji realizes, oh, not only am I gay, but I'm gay for fishmen, for big fishmen.
He's not gay, he's whatever it is when you're too into Cool Ranch Doritos.
So a gamer.
Yes. Sanji Vinsmoke, the gamer.
Sanji Vinsmoke, the gamer. Oh my goodness.
Sanji's gaming, Chopper's doctoring.
And Sanji
Oh my
is
goodness.
historically the most oppressed member of the Straw Hat crew.
Exactly.
Sanji in canon would be the one to have sick gamer reflexes.
Yeah.
God, he
Actually,
And it's
I could
been
see
proven.
either Jinbei or Brooke being like the dad who's surprisingly good at video games.
Yeah, I could see Brooke being like, oh, what's this funny game you're playing? And like getting on like an arcade stick and just doing like the most ridiculous combo. And they're like, what is going on? He's like, that was fun.
No, okay, really? Brooke doing
He
DDR?
has
I'm just having a
no
blast. He gets like the
body.
5-star or whatever.
Because he's weightless.
Oh.
So he doesn't have to fight gravity. He just presses buttons with his feet. No stress.
Also, Chopper being a Twitch streamer, but
Oh,
no one shows up to his streams except for other members of the Straw Hat, and he's just having a grand old time.
See, that's really cute. I thought you were gonna go in a Chopper e-girl direction.
Yeah,
God.
that's what I
God,
thought
Chopper
too.
e-girls. I would say I do like the idea of like Nami and Robin and like Nami and Robin like tuning in to Chopper's stream because they're like, oh, we gotta support Chopper, and he's all happy about it. And I would like to think that like Luffy just doesn't put two and two together, and he just like is a menace in his chat because he just doesn't realize that it's Chopper for some reason.
It's Chopper Man. He's in a costume, and Luffy just doesn't recognize him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Chopper the VTuber. His avatar is like a hot deer lady.
Oh
Yes.
It's just like a guy with deer horns.
Yeah, it's a human with deer horn.
Yeah.
I love it.
That sounds like painfully close to like a Gamergate like political like persona, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly. Well, I mean, one of those people is in fact a deer, so...
Oh.
Oh.
Not to throw shade at anyone in particular, just, you know.
The more you know.
Furry YouTube is very political and very specific. Once the furry YouTuber man crosses his arms, it's over. You're done.
It's over.
You know.
Oh my god. As soon as the furry YouTuber crosses his arms and scowls, it's over. Like, cities absolutely leveled. Like, that's like...
So, are furries just born with Supreme Color of the Conqueror, or whatever it's called?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, but only the ones on
Absolutely.
YouTube.
Yeah, always. YouTube is the catalyst for their Supreme King hockey.
The cat.
They make it that far because oh fuck.
Anyways, that's gonna wrap it
No
up.
puns. We want them to invite us back on.
Who are you? Who are you? Tell us, so we can all leave.
Tell everyone where they can find you and what y'all do, because what y'all do. No memes. I mean, you guys, thank you so much for being on our show. You guys are amazing. We love having you on.
Every single time.
It's just fun as heck to just be able to talk about the dumbest stuff and just be on that, like, same wavelength. Like, yeah, all right. Yeah, look at my balls. They get it. You guys are the best. I'm so glad that we got to come on again.
We are happy to be on and be invited to look at your balls over the internet. We are...
Yes.
What?
I just invited to look at your balls over the internet. Like, I really want you to think about that.
Oh no, is Chris Hansen gonna come find me? I'm sorry. No, we...
Hey, Joel, why don't you take a seat? Take a seat right here.
I don't know how words work.
Oh.
We are King of the What Now? King of the What Now? A One Piece podcast reviewing the anime from the very beginning. You can find us at King of the What Pod on Twitter. You can find us at patreon.com/King of the What Pod.
Where do they find our podcast?
Any podcatcher that you have. And we're also starting to upload to YouTube, but not all of our episodes are up there, but all of our latest ones are going, and all of our early episodes are up there too.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And I am Kat, as I said at the top of the podcast. I am at Pirate Ghost Host on Twitter, and I'm thinking I might need to change my display name after this to Cool Ranch Milkers. I just want to workshop that.
Cool Ranch Milk.
I
like
fear
it.
that might be taken. The Twitter's become, the quarantine's got people,
Not my just my display name.
Oh, the display name, it could work.
It'll
now, my
work.
question is, are the emojis staying? Is the crocodile and the flamingo staying?
Always.
Or are we getting some fish updates?
I
Yeah,
love
little fishy
sharks.
boy in
I
there.
love whale sharks specifically. The whale shark is my
Yes.
favorite shark, but nothing can replace my love for crocodile and doflamingo.
Also, I do have to say,
That's reasonable.
my co-host
Fair.
is my wife. I love her, but I, as the host of the podcast, I do not endorse any of this chaotic gremlin energy. I only let her out once a week. She comes over to Paramecia Fancast, she gets it all out of her system. We at King of the What Now are a very serious show. No, we aren't, but we don't go to these levels of extremes.
I said fuck 3 times in a row, and Joel stopped the podcast and looked at me and said, every time you say that, I have to censor it, so you're all done.
Yes. See, I enjoy it because when we were on your when we were on the King of the What Now for the giant crossover event that we did with Trey from the Full Spectrum and you guys and us, there were a couple times where I know that we were on our best behavior, right? We were all on our Sunday best. We were like, no, we're going over to their house for the first time. Like, we gotta be cordial. And there was a moment where I mindlessly just said fuck, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I remember in the recording, Joel was like, oh, it's fine, I'll just censor it. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I failed you. I failed you.
We really just have to invite Trey on more often, because something about his presence makes me want to not swear.
Oh, man.
I guess he just kind of has
Trey
that,
is
like...
a delight. Definitely, Trey has a very, like, warming energy to him. Like he brings a warmth to any space he's in that I'm just like, I'm all about this.
I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound odd, but I promise it's not. Trey?
Compared to everything else that's been said.
Well, because I know he's gonna
Trey's
hear
got
this.
them big mommy milkers.
No,
Is that what you're
don't
going
say
to
that.
say?
What's wrong with you? No. We don't objectify our friends.
Oh no, she's getting out the squirt bottle.
bottle.
I'm sorry.
No, what I was gonna say is Trey has very grandfatherly energy. Like, it's just warm and nice and you feel safe. But it's not paternal.
Peepaw.
He's not trying to tell you
No.
what to do or raise you or build you a deck. He's your grandpa.
He's not my fucking dad, but he's chill.
Thanks again for having us
I
on,
agree,
and we
100%.
absolutely, the door is
Oh,
open
God,
for you to
yes.
come over to our podcast at any time.
Hell yes. No, I'm not gonna say nothing, but there's been some talks. There's been some behind the scenes,
Some backroom deals,
puppetry,
you know?
muppetry.
Yeah.
One party has offered the other party a large amount of fruits. Now, whether that has symbolic meaning or not is up to you, but something is happening.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, something is going down, and I would love at some point to get the band back together. Let's do another big crossover on someone's channel. We can host it this time or something, and have you guys and Trey.
Everyone can
and
come
just,
to our house.
yeah, everyone come to our house this
I
time.
can
My mom
finally
said
say
it's okay.
fuck! Yes!
Yeah. But Paramecia's mom lets us say fuck.
Paramesa's mom lets us have a little drink, just a little sip.
Just a little sippy sip.
Paramecia's mom said that if I needed condoms, it was cool, and that she just wants me to be safe.
Oh man,
Oh,
it's
God.
always a delight. It always has been a delight. Before we forget, we
Yeah.
are Paramecia Fancast. You fuck it. You know where to find us.
Yeah. It's just hostility towards our own audience. You know what? Fuck you. We've been doing this for long enough. No.
Yeah.
You can find all of our social media, because assumedly you already know this, but for the noobs, we gotta say it.
Just in case.
At Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast everywhere else. Episodes go up every single week on parameciafancast.libsyn.com, and as soon as they're uploaded there, every single podcatcher in existence can catch it and play it through your audio interface into your ears. It's pretty cool new technology.
21st century kind of stuff.
I've been
Yeah,
doing it
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
It
you wouldn't
plays
know
into
about
my
it.
mouth.
Oh,
Tooth Tunes? Damn, I didn't know our RSS feed gets sent to Tooth Tunes. That's wild. You could also find us on other than Tooth Tunes on YouTube. Episodes go up every single week, usually like a day after or the same day. I've been really trying same day, guys, in the last couple weeks. I think I've gotten it. So we're getting
Surpass
there.
your
YouTube
limits,
hasn't
John. Surpass
been
your
messing
limits.
with me. Yeah. YouTube has not been messing with me that much lately, so we're getting there. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Usually we end with a crack theory. But I think this entire episode counts as a giant crack theory.
complete undistilled,
Yeah.
like uncontrolled energy.
Completely uncontrollable. We have reached peak levels of crack.
You two get into my head and give me stayed up till 4 a.m. at a sleepover energy, and I do not apologize for anything.
Yes.
Well, see, the thing is, like, it is 2 a.m. for John. It's 3 p.m. for me, but, like, since we record on, like, Saturday, for some reason, I just feel like I don't feel the effects of the stress of the week, like, during the week. I feel it once I sit down and relax, it all hits me. So, even though it's 3 p.m. for me, it's 4 a.m. Because my brain is not here. I've been checked out the whole time.
Hell yes.
Heck yes. If I may do a shameless plug before we drop out of here.
Without a doubt.
Like you said, you usually end the episode on crack theories. We just recorded episode 104 of our podcast, where Joel has introduced the cursed crack theory, crocodile mpreg. So, people who listen to us, you have that to look forward to in a couple weeks.
We've gotten
Crocodile.
the sneak peek.
Imprig. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. The Paramecia Direct coming soon. Crocodile Imprig straight into your tooth tunes.